Well, it is all about results. When I say they are #1, they are one of a kind for over 4 decades. They are the leaders. John is just one example. So yes, not one size fits all. I don't care how old you are, how young you are, men, women. Here's Sheila. How about losing up to 5 pounds in that first week? The Fast 5 is back. We only do that when it's a Today's Special. That's what 90 pounds looks like, guys. That's like a 4th grader, 5th grader, 6th grader. How about Linda? Can you change your life with one purchase? Absolutely you can. And I always say breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. It's like Garanimal food, but it is fabulous food. It's real food. You're eating pasta, you're eating pizza, you're eating cookies. And you know what? You're losing the weight. And I'm gonna just ask you a little old question. What's gonna make this year different than any other year? The Fast 5 is back. That's one of my personal favorites. We really only do a Today's Special once a year and once a year only from Nutrisystem. So remember, you get weekends off, and to really encourage you to get into that portion control, which is really kind of the keys to the kingdom and the secret to success. Now, for the first time in history, those new weight management or portion control system to kind of help your brain relearn a new skill. Plus, of course, the Fast 5. So if you are that naysayer, if you are that person, I know you're like me, I know you're like our special guest of honor that you're gonna meet next, you're probably saying, I've tried everything, eat the food, lose the weight, one purchase tonight, no kidding. If that Fast 5 doesn't convince you, yes, you're getting those shakes that everybody is in love with, then you eat your Nutrisystem food, and in that first week, if you're not 5 pounds lighter, or if you don't love the food, you send it back, no questions asked. So remember, about $9 a day, not a meal, but about $9 a day, a little over that, not much more, for pizza, for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner, for snacks. And don't forget to ask about our auto ship, because this is such a huge value. No one else in America is doing it, including us for this price. Have you met Kat? You're gonna recognize her. I know you've seen her not only on national television, a weight loss success story thanks to Nutrisystem. And Kat, it's always good to see you. And boy, welcome back. This is a day that we wait for, isn't it?
Oh yes, it is good to be here. Happy New Year to you. And you know what? I am someone who had a weight problem really my whole life. I mean, we just saw the pictures. I was a heavy child, a heavy adolescent, a heavy young adult. I'm 5'6". My weight topped out at over 240 pounds. And then I, started my career. I was working as a medical anchor for one of the largest news organizations in the world. And, it was a friend who saw me on air and said, you know what, have you given Nutrisystem a try? Because he had a friend that had been successful on Nutrisystem. And I remember it like it was yesterday, but it was actually 18 years ago that I said to him, I've tried everything. And he said, well, if you haven't tried Nutrisystem, you haven't tried everything.
It's true. Do you have your pants out here?
I do.
Can we show them? Okay, again, and we want to hear from you. Of course, you're gonna hear so many success stories, but all right, take me on this journey. Whose pants are these?
These are the pants that I was wearing on my summer vacation right before I started Nutrisystem. And and I can stand behind one leg of the pants. And you know what, I keep them with me. These pants are close to 20 years old now, but I keep them because these are a reminder of where I used to be. Because here's the thing about Nutrisystem, it works so quickly, you don't even realize that you're shrinking. So this is what I keep, and I wanna challenge you today. Go in your closet and pull out a pair of pants those are gonna be your before pants, because Nutrisystem is gonna turn you into an after.
Absolutely. You know what, here's the thing. Normally I'm ending the day with Kat, so the fact that I'm actually launching the day means I've got both choices. And that is never the case when I get to be on the air with her. Meaning you can choose it in the single ship or in the auto ship. And all I can tell you is, you're watching this show for a reason. They are setting you up for success. If you only did it because if you want to talk about the cost savings versus this and going through the fast food or going through the drive-thru or God forbid going to the grocery store, there is no other place on the planet that the leaders in at-home meal delivery or home delivery for weight loss 4 decades of success around the globe. You can do it because millions and millions of you have seen that success. They give you the keys to the kingdom. We're even including those portion control. Remember, only as a today's special, that's when we do that Fast 5. So in that first week alone, if you aren't 5 pounds lighter or you just don't love the food, you send it back. But do that auto ship, because again, you can customize that delivery, and that also means that we cannot raise the price on you. Kat, one of the things that you say that, and you say it so well, is you were actually, I think this is important about Kat's story. You did not become part of the Nutrisystem family because they went to you and it's like, we're gonna pay this spokesperson, this beautiful woman. You're like somebody watching right now.
That's right.
And you thought you'd tried it all. And by the way, you had great success, you know, cutting out a whole food group, but it's Nutrisystem that almost 2 decades later, you're still a living testimonial.
That's exactly right. I mean, I had literally tried every diet. I had at one point lost 90 pounds. You know, I thought I was that success story. And the thing is, I had put the majority of my weight back on while I was working as a medical anchor at this news organization. And I had access to every expert, everybody. People were mailing me things on a regular basis. And you know, it wasn't until my friend mentioned Nutrisystem, and I really just did it to kind of check the box and go, okay, I'll try it. And I didn't want anybody to know that I was on a diet. So I was actually taking my Nutrisystem meals out of the packages and putting them in, you know, plastic containers, taking them to work. And I know my coworkers were like, well, there goes Kat, she's eating a cookie today. Oh, is that pasta she's eating? Oh, she's eating pizza now, no wonder she has a weight problem. And then 2 weeks later, 3 weeks, they're going, wait a minute, are you doing something different?
Yeah.
Have you changed your hair? Because Shannon, it was the very first week on the program I got on the scale. I was like, I feel like I've been eating all day long and I'm losing weight. The next week, I'm losing weight. And it was about the 3rd week that literally my coworkers were like, did you change your hair?
Right.
6 weeks in, I was a full pant size smaller. And a pant size for me is about 12 pounds. Wow. The program works. The key here is that you need to give it a try. You have to say, well, I want to see what it can do in my life. And you're only going to know that if you pick up the phone and say, you know what, I want to give it a try. And when you call today, you're going to get 4 weeks worth of food. 4 weeks.
Hey, you know what, Kat? One of the things, and we're going to listen to Marie. Can we do that thing that we do?
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
All right. So if this isn't mind-blowing enough, look at all.
This is what you're going to get.
Okay. So, yeah, you know what? Let them do the cooking. I mean, let them save you money. I mean, how much money did you spend at the grocery store today? Do you know I spent $135 at the grocery store today?
Wow.
That was not a month worth of food. I'll tell you that right now. And by the way, I didn't buy any pasta. I didn't get any pizza. I didn't get any snacks. I didn't get any of the fun stuff. So you're getting the fun stuff, and more importantly, you're getting the science. So breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. And then, of course, the weekends off, those portion control containers for the very first time. That's your thank you, because we want this year to be the year where it really happens. And then the Fast 5, now we only do that when it's a today's special.
That's right.
But the shakes are yummy, aren't they?
The shakes are great. And you know what, I want to go back to what you said a moment ago about what all you didn't get at the grocery store.
Oh, yeah.
The other thing you didn't get at the grocery store was the Nutrisystem guarantee.
True.
And what the Nutrisystem guarantee is, you get to eat all of the food that you see here. You get to eat all of the breakfasts, all of the lunches, all of dinners, all of the shakes that Shannon just mentioned. You get to eat it all.
Nice.
And at the end of 4 weeks, if for any reason you aren't happy with the results, you just change your mind. You can call HSN and say, I'd like to have all of my money back. And they'll give it to you. And there's nothing even to send back because you've eaten all the food. And the reason Nutrisystem can do that is because we know that the program works. We know it works, and we want you to believe it works over the course of the next month. And if you're thinking, wait a minute, did I just hear her say I can eat all of the food? That's right, you can eat all of it.
Yeah, I mean, try doing that in a restaurant. They'll call security. I mean, seriously. So here are some more before and afters, and we're gonna hear from a live testimonial in addition to Kat during the show. Of course, we would love to hear from you.
Yes.
If you are, in fact, even if you're holding at the end of the line, go to hsn.com, scan that QR code. Laura, I mean, 30 pounds.
She looks
that's
amazing.
A whole new Laura right there.
30 pounds in 6 months. And the thing is, Nutrisystem can meet you where you are. bar, whether you have 30 pounds to lose or 130 pounds to lose. Take a look at Ken, who lost 65 pounds in 11 months, because this is a program for men, for women, for everybody. Everybody gets enough food to eat on this program. And it's comfort food. It's things that everybody just loves to eat. And you know what? That was the thing I liked about it. I didn't develop a weight issue because I don't like to eat. I'm an emotional eater. I eat when I'm happy. I eat when I'm sad. I eat when I'm celebrating. I like to eat.
We like to eat.
I like to eat, and Nutrisystem gave me that. I was able to eat pasta. I was able to eat pizza. If I was having a day that only chocolate could solve, I was able to have chocolate. I could start the day with chocolate, with a chocolate muffin.
Yeah.
I could then have a chocolate shake. I could then have a chocolate bar, all on Nutrisystem, and with no guilt.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know what? With hundreds of you in the various forms of ordering, remember, the good news is it's a rare thing for me to say. I've got both choices, because normally I'm closing the day here at HSN. Take action and do it now, and do it while you're thinking of it. Do it before you go to bed, because instead of having that regretful moment, I mean, I think it's especially apropos that this is Monday into a Tuesday after a New Year's Eve was on a Saturday, where chances are you probably, maybe you over-imbibed, maybe you overindulged, maybe you said to yourself, like, I think you did some research, almost 80% of people told, or over 70% of people polled this year said, this is the year I'm really gonna get serious about my health. This is the year I'm really gonna get serious about my weight. And you know, a wish changes nothing. So you're getting so many, I'm actually dropping things on the floor. But you have to understand, you have to have the right tools in order to make or achieve those weight loss goals.
That's right.
And even if it's not just achieving the weight loss goals, if it is just saving you money, if it is putting you in the driver's seat in terms of eating better, being more aware, being an example for your kids or for your grandkids about feeling better, maybe for the first time in years. And that's just it. At any age, any gender, you know, any lifestyle, they're doing all the heavy lifting. They're giving you the keys to the kingdom, the tools to success, and we're doing it for today. That's what today's special is all about. I know we've got Marie, of course. All we have to say is Marie, kind of like Cher.
Exactly.
And everybody knows, right? But Marie was kind of like you. She was actually watching TV at home, right?
She was watching at home and said, you know what? I want to give Nutrisystem a try.
Let's do it. Here's what she says.
Today could be the day that changes everything for you. The day you decide to take control and empower yourself to get healthy and finally take care of you.
Okay, so Kat, you got to tell them the story. So Marie, now what, 17 years later?
17 years later, she was sitting at home. She was watching a presentation just like this and was wondering what it could do for her. And you know, we always, a lot of people think, well, I've got to go to the gym and, you know, and slave away at a gym to lose weight. Marie was on that dancing show. So dancing was her physical activity, but she lost weight eating things like cookies. Oh, speaking of cookies, look at that.
This is actually one of my favorites.
It's so good. Is that the lemon cooler?
It is.
Yeah, delicious.
I'm obsessed with lemon anyway. Okay.
And you know what? You can have cookies for breakfast if you want. You can eat your meals in whatever order you want to eat them in. You're gonna get a meal planner guide that looks like this, and inside the guide, it walks you through your day. Everything is color-coded, so your breakfasts are yellow, your lunches are blue, your dinners are red, and your snacks and desserts are purple. And you're seeing a lot of boxes here. It's a lot of food. You're literally eating all day long.
Oh, those are good.
They're good.
Oh, they're good.
So good. This is a program that teaches you how to eat to lose weight. This is not, you know, surviving on potions and powders and pills. This is about portions. That's the P we're gonna focus on today.
Exactly. But you know what? It's like a food parade, because you got food. It's a foodapalooza. Because if I'm having pizza, if I'm having cookies, if I'm having chocolate, it's a good day. And we always say, eat the food, lose the weight. And the other thing is, losing weight is hard enough, but let's be honest, in terms of budget, if I can just appeal to, if you're only getting this, maybe you're not even getting this to lose weight. And I know it sounds kind of crazy to say that, because when it comes to losing the weight for a long lasting time, that's what Nutrisystem is really famous for and has been for over 4 decades. If you're just getting this because you're trying to get your budget under control, then absolutely do it, and do it on that auto ship. Because, I mean, a little over $9 a day. See, I always want to say $9 a meal, but it's actually just a little over over $9
for the
a
whole
day.
day.
That's
so whether
insane.
whether you're trying to get your budget under control, maybe even your stress levels under control. I've had an incredibly stressful last 4 months. Nutrisystem was like that comfortable friend that I could lean on. I knew that my meals were there. I wasn't running through the fast food. I wasn't stress eating because my meals were there for me. And I didn't have to think about anything because if you see here, if you're looking on the table, everything is color coded. So your breakfasts are all in yellow. Your lunches are in blue. Your dinners are red and your snacks and desserts are purple. So when I would, be running out of the house, all I had to do was grab the color that I needed. You're not having to think about anything, but because Nutrisystem has already thought of everything for you. So if you've been struggling with your weight, if this last 3 years, did you no favors? It did me no favors. Did my body no favors this last 3 years? If you're ready to go, you know what? It's 2023. I want a new me. Nutrisystem can deliver. Oh, and speaking of new me, have you heard of the app?
Oh, wait. Oh, we got to talk about that.
So good.
That app is so cool. Oh, by the way, seeing is believing. Now, I know it's not fair that the guys lose weight faster, but still, I shouldn't even say that. Look at Miss Amanda. At 100 pounds, we hear from women and men of every age, every walk of life, nurses who say that they don't have time to do that meal prep.
Right.
Guys who say, well, listen, I don't need to read the map. I don't need anybody to tell me what to do, who have found and had success because of this program, right?
That's because the thing is, it's so easy. And we've been, led to believe that weight loss is super hard. It has to be super complicated and nobody ever succeeds. But the thing is when you talk to people who've been on Nutrisystem, they're like, it was so much easier than I thought it was going to be. The food was delicious. And the food is delicious. Think about getting up every morning and having a chocolate muffin or a blueberry muffin or cereal. And then for lunch, having mashed potatoes or garlic flatbread or ramen. Or for dinner, having rotini with meatballs. Oh, you're having that muffin.
You had me at chocolate,
so good.
Charlie. Okay.
Delicious.
What did they say? Like,
and what Marie does, she pops it in the microwave. I kind of stole this from her. She pops it in the microwave for about 5 seconds. So delicious.
Okay. Wow.
I love it.
Can I get a little chocolate mustache? I don't care.
And then with the muffin, you can have one of your shakes. Oh yeah, it can be like a full chocolate morning.
All chocolate all the time. All chocolate all the time. Hey, by the way, if you want additional shakes, now, speaking of setting you up for success, you can actually choose 2 of the vanilla, 2 of the chocolate, or the combo, and then you can choose it on single or on the auto ship. Now remember, the shakes are part of the Fast 5. Lose up to 5 pounds in that first week, or of course, as always, that 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. But if you're saying, I want those shakes to be part of my arsenal, then by all means, ask about that from your service representatives. And I just want everybody to see again, this is what you are getting. It is, okay, if that doesn't blow your mind, come on. For about $9 a day, I know I keep going back to that, but you really want for nothing. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. The weekends, what's great about that, and by the way, not just weekends, we're including those portion management or portion containers for the very first time. Let's say your girlfriends are going to an Italian restaurant. Let's say your hubby wants to, date night at a movie or whatever it is. You can use those 2 days a week as you choose or see fit, right? Not just weekends.
That's right. I like to kind of move mine around. I know there's a party coming up.
Right.
I'm like, okay, that'll be my day off. And you know what? There's a toll-free number on the back of the meal planner guide, and you can call that number at any time and say, hey, I've got a party, or hey, I've got to go to this restaurant. What can I eat? And there are nutritional counselors standing by who will talk you through it. So this is a program that really holds your hand as much or as little as you want to. The thing is, what we can say though is you will lose weight. If you want to lose weight, this is the program for you. If you're saying, you know what, I've tried everything and you haven't tried Nutrisystem, today is the day to try Nutrisystem. Wow. If you're saying, you know what, I've put on 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 30 pounds over the last 3 years because of lockdown, this is the program for you. This is the day. A lot of people say, well, you know what, it's past January 1st, I'm not gonna make a New Year's resolution. No, today make the resolution to say, I'm going to give Nutrisystem a try, and then make the decision to call us back in 30 days to tell us just how much weight you lost.
Absolutely. And you know what? So I think we were all aware of the flight delays. You know, I was coming back from Minnesota. Our poor Debbie got stranded in Texas. I know you've been traveling and flying a lot.
That's right.
So look at it this way. Why, I think almost everyone watching this show, or maybe everyone watching this show at some point in their life, and maybe it was this year again, every year you make that same resolution. Every year you say, you know what, this is the year I'm gonna lose the weight. What is gonna make this year different than years past? Or what kind of got you derailed in years past? I think, Kat, for a lot of us out there, it says, we get busy, you know, we get tired, we get home late, we don't feel like cooking, we're flying, we're trapped in an airport, we're working a double shift, you know, at our job. Popcorn, chocolate, shakes, cookies, all in that perfect control, and boy, they taste good. That's the keys to the kingdom right there.
And everything is thought out. Like, I was on the plane the other day, and you know, like, they came around with the snacks. I pulled out a bag of popcorn. I turned it around, and I was like, wait a minute, look at the sodium in this bag of popcorn. The other thing I love about Nutrisystem is they've thought about that. I don't know about you. Last time I went for a checkup, my doctor was like, girl, we're gonna have to watch the sodium. And what I love about Nutrisystem is that once you've eaten all of your meals for the day, you've only consumed 1,800 milligrams of sodium. And experts say that we should have fewer than 2,800 milligrams of sodium. So you're way under that. So Nutrisystem has really thought about everything. Take your snacks with you on the plane. Take your snacks to work. If you're not working from home anymore, you're back in the office, take your meals to the office. This is a program that fits within your lifestyle. The only thing missing from the program today is you.
It's true.
Is you. It's your decision to pick up the phone and say, I want to give it a try. I want to try what look at that.
Okay.
Look at that.
You ready?
So good.
The yum yum cam.
So good.
The yum yum cam. My friend Kelsey brought in cookies for me the other night, and I love her more than life. And I'm telling you, I plowed through those things in less than 48 hours. And you know, I have no regrets about it. But I tell you what, so often when we're trying to lose weight, people say, oh, no, I'm on a diet, I can't have cookies. I'm on a diet, I can't have pizza. I'm on a diet, I can't have pasta. We are giving you the keys to the kingdom. We're giving you the tools for success. And, you know, and I know I keep going back to that a little over $9 or about $9 a day, but if you eat the food, you will lose the weight. But think about how much you spent on the drive-thru. Think about how much you spent maybe on your New Year's Eve dinner. Did you go out with family and friends? Think about how much you spent at the grocery store. And if you do that auto ship, and by the way, most people are doing that auto ship, it would be like going to the grocery store, because that auto ship is a one-year enrollment, going to your favorite grocery store and saying, hey, just so you know, I'm a really good customer. You're not gonna raise prices on me for the next year, right? It would like, it's like setting the price of gas at the pump. It's like going to your grocery store and saying, listen, I don't want you to raise any prices in your store. Whenever I check out, I don't wanna ever spend more money than I spend today. And then of course, you're getting these yummy, delicious, nutritious, and fabulous and fast meals. Well, fabulous is Joey. Joey is calling us from Texas, and Joey is maybe somebody that you're gonna recognize, but I will say, Joey, first of all, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us on this late night, early morning here at HSN. Joey, you gotta tell them your story.
Oh, well, thank you guys for having me on. You know, my story started, I was at 280 pounds, and I was one of those kind of people that had the feeling of where I was on the outside, I was happy, but on the inside, I was kind of struggling, right? And so one day I was at lunch with my wife, and she had this kind of look in her eye, and she said, hey, you know, I wanted to talk to you about something. And I knew at that point that I either did something really wrong, you know, it's that look that she gave me that I know I needed to have that serious talk. And she basically said, you know, hey, I want you to be here for the long run, right? And the way that you're eating and treating your body, you're not going to be here. And at the time, we only had one child, and now we have two. And so I took it serious, right? But I did it the Guy way. And when doing it the Guy way, we don't ask for any directions or instructions. We can do it on our own. And so I did everything I could possibly could. I went and did every Google diet or fasting or whatever I could find, and nothing worked. And so one night I'm watching TV, and on comes Marie Osmond, and my wife says, "Hey, you need to try that," which was basically, you need to go and try that, right? And so I made the call. The food showed up. I saw the first box, and I really honestly got a little scared at first because the amount of food that was in that box. And but I read through the instruction booklet. I read through the manual. I did everything I was supposed to do, like with the pre-planning and everything. And in the first week, I lost 7 pounds.
Wow.
And over 9 months, I had lost 79 pounds.
Wow. Okay, Joey, especially for all the guys watching out there, men, well, and women too, we love our food. How good is the food?
Well, you know, that's the thing that I always tell people, right, is that I still eat the food to this day. And I don't eat it because I'm scared I'm going to gain weight. I eat it because I actually love the food. Yeah. I'm a foodie at heart, and the food menu seems like it's always changing. It's always updating. And the food is absolutely fabulous.
What are some of your favorites?
So I love the breakfast. I'm a breakfast guy. Yep. There's a lot of the different breakfast bars. I'm also a snack guy. And so we talk about the cookies and the popcorn and just the different little snacks. I mean, I can't tell you how many times those have saved me on an airplane or in an airport.
Well, and you mentioned a moment ago that you're a breakfast guy. So often, with those of us that struggle with weight, we skip breakfast thinking that we're doing something. Was it different for you did you become a breakfast guy on Nutrisystem, or were you always a breakfast guy?
So at heart, I'm always a breakfast guy, but I was on the go all the time and having to leave super early for work. And so it's one of those things that breakfast was really a weekend thing for me. And so with that being said, when Nutrisystem came along, the breakfasts were just easy, pick it out, and let's go.
And let's go. Joey, you know we always appreciate you for being here. And let me just ask you this. How important was it to you that you did this as a dad? And at that time, you just, had one, sweet baby at home. Now with an expanding family, what would you tell all the moms and dads about being a better parent? Would you say it made you a better dad? Could you spend more time chasing the kids? Or what did it mean to you as a parent?
Well, absolutely. One of the things that really touched me throughout my entire journey was that before Nutrisystem, when I was at 280 pounds, I couldn't do things with my son such as jumping on a trampoline or getting in his bunk bed with him and reading him a story because I really, truly thought that the bed was going to collapse. And so, as I'm losing the weight, my son is watching me lose this weight. He's watching me get on the scale. He's watching the number go down. He's running and telling my wife and screaming out the number. And so, it's just an amazing experience. Yeah. And so it's one that, we always say the cliche that we no longer want to stand on the sidelines. We actually want to participate. And I am a living, breathing story of that.
That's beautiful. And that's what Nutrisystem can do for people. And Joey, every time you call, it just inspires people. And if someone is sitting at home right now, what would you say to them right now to convince them to say, you know what, I want to give it a try?
Absolutely. The hardest part is actually picking up the phone. That's the hardest part, is picking up the phone.
Wow. Joey, continued success, best of health to you and your amazing family. And thank you again for spreading the good word tonight, Joey.
Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you. So Joey, as always, is just, blessed for success, and just, it always means so much when he or when you share your personal testimonial.
Right.
We're gonna have Kat share her story again, but we're gonna do a little time out so we can kind of refresh the presentation, because we know that we get people who tune in on a minute-by-minute basis here at HSN. So here's what I'm gonna encourage you to do. If you just heard Joey, I want you to make that phone call now, and then when we come back from our little break, we're gonna show you again how you are set up for success. Not quite a half off sale, but it's pretty doggone close, because this is close to $400 worth of food that we're doing as a today's special, and only as a today's special. So let's get you your dream health. Forget saving money, forget losing the weight. Let's get you on that journey to better health. And you know what? Let's also do all the cooking for you too.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. More success stories on the way. Stay tuned.
Celebrate the new year with a whole weekend of new on HSN. New looks and fashion from actress and designer Jacqueline Smith.
You're going to love this.
New jewelry from Absolute. Plus, all new workout essentials, including footwear from fitness expert Denise Austin.
Let's get fit for the new year.
For everything new, watch Into the New this Saturday and Sunday on HSN.
They say home is where the heart is. So when I'm at home, I want it to feel warm and welcoming and full of things that make me smile and make life just a little bit easier. So join me every Tuesday for your weekly look at the latest ways to make your home a haven.
Hi everybody, it's Denise Austin, and I've been helping millions of people stay in great shape for over 40 years. Helping women aspire to be healthy, active, and vital has always been a passion of mine. I am so excited to be part of the HSN family. You know why? I get to inspire you. We are going to get fit together.
Join fitness expert Denise Austin to live ever better, Thursday at midnight.
Because you are worth it.
Never run out of the things you love with AutoShip at HSN. Receive your favorite items with automatic deliveries and easily customize your shipping preferences. Plus, AutoShip locks in your order price while enrolled. It's the smartest way to get more of a good thing. Search AutoShip on hsn.com.
Well, welcome in again to a brand new day here at HSN. I'm Shannon, and how are you feeling? How'd you feel this morning? Did you get a little disappointed when you went in your closet? What was your New Year's resolution? Or have you ever made that resolution, I'm gonna lose the weight, and what happened? Well, if you've ever failed, or if you're watching this show and you're saying, I have tried everything, I want you to invest just a couple of minutes and listen and learn, not only from our guest of honor, but to the countless tens of millions of people who have transformed their lives with America's #1, the leading at-home weight loss or food delivery, and that is Nutrisystem. They've been doing it for over 4 decades. What they are doing for us and only for today, this is the only scheduled today's special. It is the first time in history that the #1 name, the leader, is gonna basically do the cooking for you for the next month. You are getting breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. You're getting, and we only do this when it's a today's special, what they call their Fast 5. Now that means you get their yummy, 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 delicious shakes, and then you're eating Nutrisystem on your other meals. And if you're not losing up to 5 pounds in that first week, send it back, no questions asked. That's the only time that we do that Fast 5 is when we do it as a today's special. And because we want to gild the lily and really make this the year that we give you the keys to the kingdom and the tools to success, not only is it almost a $400 retail value at $375, best price that we have found anywhere, coast to coast. I don't even care if you were trying to buy Nutrisystem a la carte or go to their website or wherever you're shopping. They only do this for us and for you and for today. As our today's special, but they're also including for the very first time these portion control containers, which I think are genius. Just like their foods, they're kind of like color-coded, so granimals and easy to follow. But for today and only as long as supplies last, remember you can choose it in single or in auto ship. And the real key thing about that auto ship is for the next year, it's like going to the grocery store and saying, you know what? Your grocery store can't raise the price for a full year. Do you realize you can actually customize that delivery, whether you get it once a month, or maybe you know you're going on a cruise, you wanna drop that weight, you wanna do those fast 5, you still get a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee, but you want the keys to the kingdom at the best price in history. Do that auto ship. More than 2/3 of the hundreds of people who have said yes to it in this show have done it on that auto ship. And remember, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, weekends, or any 2 days of your choosing off. And you know what? Time off for good behavior when you can eat pasta and when you can eat cookies and when you can eat popcorn and when you can eat pizza. Have you met my stunning friend, Kat? You're probably gonna recognize her from major talk shows. Kat, you know, the thing is, you are living proof. You actually went on, you know, Oprah, one of the big talk shows, had a multitude of weight loss success stories, but then, like a lot of women, the results didn't last. How did your success story come to happen? Because you look amazing, and you've been doing this for almost 2 decades?
For almost 2 decades. And you know, it's funny that you mentioned when I was on Oprah.
Right.
This was after, years ago I lost, like we've all done it before, I lost 90 pounds on my own, and then, you know, I got called to be on Oprah. And I've seen that clip. I was already starting to gain weight back at that point.
Wow.
You can see me pulling my jacket in and kind of sitting the way. And I put all that weight right back on, and that was working as a major medical anchor for a major news organization. And I couldn't figure out how to do it. And that was with everything at my fingertips. How often have we said, if I had a chef, I could do it. If I had this, I could do it. If I had a trainer, if I had this. I had all of that and still couldn't lose the weight. The missing component for me was the food and the portions. And that's what Nutrisystem did for me. And it wasn't just someone cooking the meals. They prepared meals that I like to eat. I like to eat pasta. I was just eating the rotini with meatballs. I like to eat chocolate muffins. I like to eat ramen. I like to eat chicken noodle soup. That's what got me into this situation. But you know what? That's what also got me out because of Nutrisystem. And what I love about it is that, like Joey said, he goes, I still eat it now because it's good. I've had an extraordinarily stressful last 4 months, and I'm a stress eater. I remember thinking, I just want a hamburger, and I was like, oh, I can have a Nutrisystem hamburger. I want some pizza, I can have a Nutrisystem pizza. So it was there for me when I needed it. And I want to ask you, is there something you need? Is there something you need to help you lose weight? Is there someone you need? I'd like to be that someone. Nutrisystem would like to be that something. Today is the day. There's a reason that you're watching right now. There's a reason that you're thinking, well, let me think about it. You know what? Make the decision to do it. Go to bed saying, I've done it, I have made the call, and I am going to be starting Nutrisystem. You're going to receive 4 weeks worth of food. I want to challenge you to follow the program as written and eat all of the food. Eat the breakfasts, eat the lunches, eat the dinners, eat all the snacks and desserts, drink all of the shakes. And at the end of 4 weeks, if you aren't happy with the results for any reason, call HSN and say, I'd like to have my money back. And you know what? They'll give it to you. But the only reason HSN can do that and Nutrisystem can do that is because we know that it's gonna take time for you to see the incredible results that you're gonna have when you're on Nutrisystem.
Well, and the cool thing is, men, women, if you're within the sound of our voice, we're gonna set you up for success. I mean, we really are. And I don't care whether you're like John and you're looking at over 50 pounds that maybe you wanna lose, or how about Sheila? I mean, even at 30 pounds, I mean, she looks like a whole different person. So what is that weight costing you? Is that weight costing you your self-confidence? Is that weight costing you maybe fashion choices? Is that weight costing you time with your kids or with your grandkids or on the golf course or walking the dog? What is that weight costing you? You have to understand, this is almost a half off sale because the retail price on this, and nobody is doing it for a better value, and we're only doing it for, as today's special, this is not quite $400 worth of food. It's pretty close, $375, so not quite a half off sale, but it's dancing around that kind of figure. But eat the food, lose the weight, and do it on that auto ship. Kat, I'd love to show them your pants again because I think every woman in particular, did you used to do this? I've gone into my closet before and and it's almost like your clothes shame you. And it's like,
Yes.
and there's something that, it's like that fear factor of, is this gonna fit? Do I have to expose my arms? I used to live in terror about the summer months here in Florida, because then, you know, you can't wear a turtleneck in July. Wearing this pair of pants, what was that like for you? Because this is your pair of pants,
These,
right?
in fact, my after picture, that when you're seeing my photos, these are the pants that I'm wearing, and I wore these on my summer vacation, and where I was vacationing, it was 110 degrees.
Wow.
But I didn't want to wear shorts because, like you said, I was so self-conscious, but these were the pants I was wearing, and this is the only thing I have left from when I was bigger. And you know, and I didn't even realize, I lost the weight so quickly on Nutrisystem that I didn't realize how much smaller I was, and so this may be like my second year. See, those are the pants. You can see them in that, that photo. Yeah.
Oh, they are. Oh, that's so wild.
Yeah, these are those pants on the left.
Oh, that's funny.
These are the,
wow.
And you know, so I was like, I had already gone on Nutrisystem. I had lost the weight, and I was gonna clean the house. So I was like, oh, let me grab those green pants.
Right.
And went to go put them on and went, whoa.
Half the size.
Whoa. So I called Nutrisystem. I said, you know, I've got these pants that I was wearing. Can I bring them? Can I show them on air? And they said, yeah, bring them. So now when I come here, nobody says, hi, Kat. They're like, do you have the pants?
Do you have the pants?
I'm like, I have the pants. And they're like, okay, great. Good to see you again, Kat.
Sisterhood of the traveling pants, only they're getting smaller.
Right here.
All right, but speaking of big values, okay, we got a foodapalooza going on here. This is all the food?
This is all the food. This is all the food that you are going to get. And remember I said a moment ago, eat all of it, eat all of the food for the next 4 weeks. And at the end of 4 weeks, if for any reason you aren't happy, you can call HSN and say, I want my money back. And there's nothing to send back because you've eaten all the food. And I know that someone's sitting at home going, wait a minute, I can eat all the food. That's right, girl, eat all the food.
I'm suspicious about that.
Yeah, and you know what? But Nutrisystem can do it. HSN can do it because we know that it works.
It's true.
We know that it works. You just have to make that decision. You have to say, I'm in, I'm buying it, I'm starting it, I'm gonna put it to the test. Put Nutrisystem to the test.
You bet.
Put us to the test. But go ahead and say, you know what? I'm gonna reserve mine now, and I'm gonna go to bed knowing that I have done the right thing for me, because this is for you.
It's true. Hey, you know what, Jared, before we show Marie, a couple of things. Everybody was going crazy, crazy, crazy for these shakes. And
Love the shakes.
If you can do me a favor, go to hsn.com, because there are actually several foods and several choices that we don't have time to do a full presentation on during this show. But when you're saying, okay, now we're giving you the shakes for that Fast Five, you know, and remember you're doing those shakes, and if you love those shakes, then you probably want to get more of them.
Right.
Because this is almost like another Today's Special. You can choose 2 in the vanilla, 2 in that great chocolate fudge, or the combo, and then you can choose it on single, or you can choose it on the auto ship as well. So let us help set you up for success, and let us do it for the best price that we do all year. This is the only scheduled Today's Special for the rest of the year for Nutrisystem. Sometimes they do a weekly deal drop, but frankly and candidly, the Fast Five is usually, at least in the past, that Fast Five has never been included with the weekly deal drop. So if you want our biggest package, our biggest offer, our biggest savings to help you get the biggest results, then absolutely make the phone call on this. And in particular, I hope you do that auto ship, because then remember, it's like going to the grocery store or the gas station and saying, hey, I'm not gonna let you raise that price for a year, because that's a 1 full year enrollment. But remember, you can take a month off, you can pause, you can actually, you know, stagger that shipment. That's what we do with our auto ship. So if you're going on a cruise, or you just know you're gonna be busy, or whatever it might be, it puts you in the driver's seat. I know you recognize Kat, and I know you're also going to recognize Marie. You know, just again, like Cher, one name.
One name.
One name. Here's Marie.
Today could be the day that changes everything for you. The day you decide to take control and empower yourself to get healthy and finally take care of you.
So actually, Marie was kind of like you, Kat. So you were telling me the story. You were not initially hired as a Nutrisystem spokesperson.
Not at all.
Nor was Marie,
Exactly.
Right? Am I saying that right?
That's exactly right. Marie was sitting at home watching a shopping presentation just like this and placed the order. A friend told me about Nutrisystem. I had gone on the program, and you know, my story actually appeared in a magazine. I was on the cover of the magazine, and Nutrisystem called me and said, did you go on our program? I said, I did. did, and they were like, well, can you tell people about it? And I was like, well, you know, I got this job as a news anchor, and they made me an offer I couldn't refuse, and that was to come here to tell you about what Nutrisystem can do in your life. Because I know what it's like to struggle. I know what it's like to think you're doing everything right and get on the scale, and it hasn't moved. And you think that your metabolism is slow. That's what I told myself. I was big boned, I was fluffy. This is what I was supposed to be. I never knew what I was supposed to be until I gave Nutrisystem a try. And I had tried, you know, like Shannon was just talking about the shakes. Some of those other companies want you to only live on shakes.
True.
With Nutrisystem, the shakes are an add-on. You can have breakfast and a shake, lunch and a shake, or dinner and a shake. You get to have a shake every day. You get that Fast 5 in your first week where you can lose up to 5 pounds in that first week. And I want to tell everyone to kind of describe what Fast 5 is.
Okay.
So normally when you're on Nutrisystem, we call it the weekends off program, where you're eating Nutrisystem, you're following the Nutrisystem program 5 days a week, and then 2 days a week you get to enjoy the weekends off with your friends and family. But with Fast 5, that first week, your first 7 days, Nutrisystem is taking care of everything. Your snacks, your desserts, your breakfast, and that's why we say you lose up to 5 pounds your first week. Then you move into weekends off, eating delicious food like that.
You had me a peanut butter.
Delicious.
Oh my gosh.
This is the mac and cheese with turkey sausage. And this was one that I hadn't really tried. I was here last year and they gave me this and I was like, oh, wait a minute. I need some more mac and cheese with turkey sausage. This is delicious. But these are the types of meals that you can have every single day on the program. If you're thinking, well, I can't go on a program and not have my lasagna, you get to have lasagna on Nutrisystem. I can't go on a program, I want soup, I want salad, I want whatever you want, you can have on Nutrisystem, because that's what they thought of in advance. We're gonna make comfort foods, but comfort foods just in proper portions. And at the end of the week, get on the scale, you're gonna see that you've lost weight.
You are indeed. It's so funny because just like Nutrisystem had me at peanut butter, I'm asking for another one of those chocolate muffins. Got chocolate. Nutrisystem does. Got popcorn, got peanut butter, got pizza. Oh yeah, got pasta. The thing is, and I don't think it's any coincidence that the first 3 letters in the word diet are D-I-E, are die, because in all seriousness, if you've ever gone on a diet, you probably felt like you wanted to die. You had to give up fruit. I mean, it's so crazy. It's like you're only eating bacon for like a month. We're talking about nutritionists who have designed this for you. Women, by the way, who have walked that walk and talked that talk. And you know what? Like Kat and I keep saying, if you don't like it, you call us, you say, you know what, I changed my mind. You've got a full month. Try even going to a restaurant if you don't like the dish, if you don't like the meal, if you didn't like the chef, and saying, you know what, I want my money back. For a month of food, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, then the weekends or any 2 days a week that you want. Fast 5, up to 5 pounds in that first week. You gotta understand, you're watching this show for a reason. Good news is I normally end the day with Kat. So normally, if you've seen the shows with she and I at the end of the day, I'm like, I've got 200 left in auto ship. I've only got 100 left in the single ship. Do that auto ship. We've got yours. And we have the keys to the kingdom and the tools for success if you join us now. But I really hope that you're joining us. Boy, see, you're like me. See, I love pasta.
I love it.
Pasta.
This is my new favorite right now.
Now, which one is that? Is that that's the mac and cheese
with turkey sausage? This is my new favorite. I absolutely love it. And the rotini with meatballs, I've been eating that for years. I mean, I really do enjoy the food. Just like Joey said, he still eats the meals. And I want, you know, remember that the movie, I've Got a Golden Ticket? Yeah. I want you to have your golden ticket tonight. I want you to say, you know what? I'm in. I'm making the day that I'm gonna give Nutrisystem a try, that I'm making the decision to give Nutrisystem a try. And I wanna hear back from you in 30 days saying, I lost 10 pounds. I lost whatever you lost. I wanna hear, I'm down 2 pant sizes, because you're not gonna know what it can do in your life unless you give it a try. If you're watching right now, just say, you know what, I wanna do it. We're not trying to convince you today that it works. We're trying to convince you to try it. And we're gonna let the results convince you that it works.
Well, I mean, you see Amanda, you see, well, you heard from Joey. Here's John at almost 100 pounds. All right, I want you to go to your screens and just pause for a moment. Now, here's Cheryl. And, you know, I think the thing is, I always say, and I know Kat says it too, honestly, you're watching this show for a reason. Does this look like diet food to you? Okay.
So yummy.
Does that look like diet food to you? Does it, okay, do you see that? Okay, big old chunks of chocolate chips. Does this look like you are on a diet? That's on the menu.
And then pair it with a chocolate shake. That can be your breakfast, chocolate and chocolate.
Yes, please. Yes and yes. But oh man, Amanda, thank you for doing that, because I think for a lot of people, if we still haven't convinced you, and man, trust me, there's no bait and switch. That is your chocolate chip muffin. That is what you're getting. It's not like, oh, you know, kind of like when you go to the grocery store and you feel all the avocados to find the one good one. It's not like we're picking through all the pieces to find the one good muffin. It's not like we're picking through all the pieces to find the one good pizza or the one good pasta. This is out of the box, you know, success. In fact, you know what? Let's talk a little bit about the out of box experience, because Joey kind of alluded to this. There's a lot of food when you get this at home, right?
It's a lot of food.
It's a lot of food.
And the unboxing is so fun.
It's fun.
And you know what? Yesterday I was watching, they had like the origami, the shelves, and I was like, oh, you know what? Nutrisystem would look so cute on that. It would look so cute, because nothing has to go in the refrigerator or the freezer. That everything can go in your pantry or on the counter. I like to leave mine out on the counter because I like to just grab and go. But it's a huge box of food. All of that food that we just showed you, all of that goes in one box. I used to have to leave mine on the doorstep and kind of go back and forth a few times because the box was so heavy. It is chock full of cookies. It is chock full of muffins. It has lasagna in it. It has your shakes. All of the food that you need to eat for the next 4 weeks. The only thing additional you have to get are fruits and vegetables at the grocery store. That's it.
Okay, and again, it's so funny because again, my friend Kelsey, I love her so much. She made me cookies because I'm like the HSN cookie monster. And she's like, oh, and she was so cute. She's like, but I underbaked them a little bit because she had a whole system. And you know, because I love to bake too. And you know how sometimes, some of them get done a little bit faster and some of them get done a little bit, you know, take a little bit longer. Every single one of these is perfect. Every single one of these is moist. Every single one of these is chewy. Every single one of these is delicious. So it's not like, oh, like a bad apple or a bad cookie in the batch. I mean, they're all fantastic. And I don't care if that's the pasta or if that's the pizza or if that's the popcorn or if that is the cookies, if that's the breakfast, if that's the shakes. Remember, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and then of course those shakes, that Fast Five. So did you do the Fast Five when you first went on Nutrisystem?
Oh no, Fast Five didn't even exist when I went on the program.
I wondered about that.
Did not exist. And the thing about Nutrisystem is they're constantly evolving and getting better. And they said, you know what? Even though people see results their first week on Nutrisystem, people want to see max results. So you want max results? We're going to give you the Fast Five in that first week, where you can lose up to 5 pounds in your first week. I mean, there were times when I was on other programs, I wouldn't even lose 5 pounds in a month.
Oh yeah.
And I felt like I was working hard. And I'd get on the scale, I was like, what? What is wrong with this scale? When I was on Nutrisystem, I was thinking, what is wrong with this scale? Because I would get on the scale, I'm like, wait, I'm down 2 pounds. And a couple of times, I actually had to go get a hand weight and put it on the scale. I was like, is it overshooting like how much weight I lost? I was honestly shocked at how quickly the weight came off. And I'm one of those people, I lose it in dumb places first, like my fingers. You know, my cheekbones. Like I want it off my thighs.
Right, exactly. That sounds too familiar.
Or I lose it off my feet. Like I lost a half a shoe size when I was on Nutrisystem. Like really dumb places. I don't know like how my genetic coding was done, but the thighs are last. But you know what? Nutrisystem took care of that too. So wherever you want to lose it, Nutrisystem can get you there. And getting on the scale becomes fun. I used to get, I used to dread going to the doctors. You have to get on the scale. When I was on Nutrisystem, I would walk in, I'd be like, hey, or is it scale time yet? I'm ready to go. And I used to always I would be like, hold on, before I get on the scale, let me take my rings off, let me take this, let me take the hair extensions out. You know, anything that would add extra weight. Now I'm like, oh, I can get on right now. Like I'm good. It's gonna show that I lost weight. So if you're looking for that experience, if you're tired of seeing your doctor giving you the side eye because he or she's been telling you, hey, drop a few pounds, Nutrisystem can change that whole experience. Make 2023 that year when you said, you know what, I did it. I did it. Whether it's gonna take you 1 month to get to goal, 3 months to get to goal, a year to get to goal, you can get to goal eating things like, what do you have in your hand there? What did you,
okay,
oh
remember how I said peanut butter and, okay. Peanut butter and chocolate. All right, now check this out. And then we're gonna talk about good carbs, bad carbs. But you know, the only thing about this chart is, you don't have to know.
Right.
Jared's like, well, we gotta show that chart. I'm like, the thing is, okay, counting calories, counting carbs, that's math. You know, I can't do my taxes. How in the world am I supposed to know what a good carb or a bad carb is, for heaven's sake?
Right.
So all I know is I want ooey gooey chewy, and I'm kind of making a joke of that, but Kat, the whole point is, the Nutrisystem experts, I mean, you have a whole team dedicated to your success. They really do all the thinking and calculating for you. You eat the food, you lose the weight.
That's right, they do all of the work.
Yeah.
I've tried, you know, counting the calories, counting the macros, counting the whatever. I didn't want to do it. And you know what? I wasn't successful at it. I did not have success when I was trying to do it on my own. My newest thing over the last year is I've been watching my sodium. Do you know how much sodium is in food at the grocery store? It is making me crazy from salad dressings. What I love about Nutrisystem is that once you've eaten all of your meals, you only had 1,800 milligrams of sodium.